Hey, I'm Fucci, and welcome to Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. We have got a lean and mean show for you today. We're making Finn is in pizza. Now, growing up, I knew pizza one way, and that was the way that Mom made, which was fantastic. But when I moved to Los Angeles, I went to this restaurant, Alto Palato, that had the most amazing thin crust pizza, which changed my opinion of what pizza could be. Now, the restaurant's no longer there, but their memory lives on through our thin crust pizza. Hey, are y'all ready? Then bring it. So what you will need is lavash bread, tomato sauce, the recipe's available on our website, or you can use your favorite jarred sauce, I won't tell, mozzarella cheese, cooking spray, olive oil, that's optional, and fresh basil. You will also need a baking sheet, aluminum foil, a pizza stone, which is optional, pizza cutter, large spoon, and a sharp knife. Now, I'm always getting asked to make this. I keep these ingredients on hand because it's so easy. 10 minutes, pop it in the oven, you got a great appetizer for friends. Got a pre-lined baking sheet here that I've lined with aluminum foil. Now, I do that because when I spray it with cooking spray, it can tend to build up on the pan, so I like to keep my pans nice and new. Now, lavash bread is unleavened bread. You'll see it a lot of times in Iranian cultures, Armenian cultures. Today, we are blending cultures and bringing it over to Italy and making a pizza with it. Now, I'm gonna spray one side pretty thoroughly with this olive oil cooking spray. That'll let it crisp up nice and crispy. We flip it over and then I just spray the sides, which will allow the sides to get all nice and crispy. Next, we add the sauce. Now you can use as little or as much sauce as you like. I usually don't put too much because it can tend to soak into the lavash bread and make it a little bit less crispy, and I like a really, really crispy pizza. You don't have to be neat about it, just spread it around. Next, I am going to add the cheese. This is a mozzarella cheese, which is a nice melting cheese. You can use any type of pizza cheese you like, just something that melts really nice. We're gonna add a little bit of basil too. Now, we will chiffonade the basil. That's a fancy word for saying cut into long strips. And the easiest way to do it is just stack up the leaves here. We've got probably 5 or 6 leaves, and I will roll them up pretty tightly. And then just go ahead and slice real thin strips. And as you can see, it makes this nice ribbon effect. I'm gonna throw just a few of those on top. Add some flavor to the pizza. The rest we'll use as a garnish. Now I'm gonna pop this in a 400-degree oven for about 8 minutes. Now watch it, you wanna make sure it doesn't burn. I've got a pizza stone, so I'm gonna slide it off this pan onto the stone at around the 3-minute mark. Look at this pizza that we just took out of the oven. The cheese is all melty. Now, I'm gonna finish this off by just garnishing it with some of the basil that we had cut up. And then as they did at Alto Palato, finish it off with just a little olive oil. Of course, this is optional if you don't want more olive oil on it. And then we cut it up into squares. Oh, hear that crunch. Again, this makes a great appetizer, main course. People will be coming back for this again and again. It's so good. Hey, if you like this recipe, it's available on our website. You can also check us out at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm Fucci, reminding you that if I can make pizza this thin and crispy in a kitchen this tiny, you can make it in yours. We'll see you next time on Tiny Kitchen Big Taste. And fresh basil. And I got my arm in my face here. Fresh basil. Fresh basil. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. If you can't stand the heat, get out of Dwight's way. It's the If You Can't Stand the Heat song. Yeah.